Hey guys, thank you for finding and watching my video. I'm going to teach you today how to upscale an image. So first things first, you have to have an image. So let's pull up this image. I found this image on my Epic Games launcher. I thought that was pretty cool. Looks nice, the game. I've never played the game personally. So anyway, we have a game there. Just to show you real quick, let's look at the actual dimensions. This particular if I do a right click properties, or you can see here, let's see details, the details, here it is, dimensions 978 by 551. Okay, cool. All right, so first you got your stable diffusion up and running. Again, you can use ChatGPT or look online on Google to find out how to install Stable Diffusion and how to get it up and running. It's quite a process. It's not exactly easy. Just really quickly, I'll give you my system. I happen to have a Ryzen 7 5800X with 8 cores, and the most important part for doing anything AI related is, of course, the graphics card. I have an NVIDIA RTX 5060 Ti. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead. I already have my Stable Diffusion up and running. What I'll do is go to here where it says image to image. Here in this section over here, I'll drop down my image. I'm going to search for that image that I showed you. Here it is. The next thing you want to do is come down over here, set your CFG scale to 11. We're going to change the denoising strength to like 0.1. And then under scripts, you're going to select SD Upscale. Scroll down a little bit and then select the option that says R-ESRGAN underscore 4x. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and come back up here and go to the generate button. And you should see in a moment what happened here? Oh, we have an error here. All right, this is where I go to ChatGPT and try to get some ideas as to, and this is where this video ends for now. Okay, so we're back. So now it actually worked. I was going to go to ChatGPT to figure out what this error was over here and whatnot, but what I ended up doing, I did get a response from ChatGPT, and it said something like, "Oh, try this." But then I decided to change the Stable Diffusion checkpoint. I had it set to another one of these, so I set it to this one, which is kind of your standard version 1.5 of this Stable Diffusion, and it worked. So now what I can do is click open here, and it's going to open up this window right here, and you can see now we have a image that's been rendered. That was actually pretty quick. I'm going to show you how to upscale it again, step by steps. And so if we go to details here, you see we went to a dimension 1952 by 1096. I think it doubled it essentially. So what we'll do is we'll go back into our Stable Diffusion, and we will get rid of this image that we just, the initial image, and we're going to upscale it again. So I can just click on this. I'm going to go to my location in Stable Diffusion. Outputs, normally it is image to image, and today's date is the 6th of September. And there's that image. Let's see, can we look at properties to make sure it's it's the 1952 by 1096 image. So we just select that, open that. And once again, my recommendation is to play around with the Stable Diffusion checkpoint. That doesn't give you an error. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is here, highly detailed. Give that as part of the description right here. And yeah, so do that part of the description right here. Okay, all the other things are pretty much the same. CFG scale to 11, denoising strength 0.1. The script that we're using is the SD Upscale, and then we click this box over here, this radio button here, the SGuard underscore 4x. And then we are going to generate again, and you see this is in real time. We can kind of bring up the Stable Diffusion. It's doing something. And this, every time you upscale, it takes a little bit longer. Each and every time it takes a little bit longer. So right now it's trying to do something, which I'm trying to see why it's taking so long, but eventually it will work. Not sure why it's taking so long, but let's see. Oh, there we go. It's finally doing something here. I'm not sure what's going on with my system right here. CPU performance. So the CPU is being actively used there. It's doing the work. And it's done here. Why is my OBS? What's doing? Okay. Oh, that's okay. OBS is good. So there we go. It's generating, guys. It's taking longer than I expected. I'm not sure why it took so long. All right, so it's almost done. And 100%. And there we go. So we were to open up the same folder here and go right over here. For some reason, it seems like it did it twice. That's kind of interesting. Let me go ahead and sort this by date modified. And let's see, give me a second right here. We'll expand this, which is the latest one. So it made 2 versions of that image, it seems. That's probably why it took so long. But I'm a little troubled. Oh, this is a JPEG version. So here we go. So essentially it 5 times the size. So if we right click on this is the image because of the size here. Oops, sorry. Yeah, now we're at 3905 by 2192. So yeah, it's significantly bigger. We're gonna go ahead and do this again. Let me see. I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna again open the image that we want, which is going to be the one that we just rendered, the one that's of size 10 megabytes. So I select that. Again, I leave this highly detailed, and things to note again, CF scale 11, denoising strength 0.1, and then this guy right here, the SD Upscale, and then the ESRGAN 4X, and then we hit generate again. And as you can expect, each time you do this, it's going to take longer and longer and longer, because now we're effectively making our computer work very, very hard to upscale this image. There are some solutions online that kind of do more or less a good job as well. Maybe not as good as this, because this is quite involved process. But there you go. You can see my stable diffusion is running. It's trying to do some progress. And again, this is going to take a minute, a good minute. So. But it's pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting how this upscaling technology works. You can house it on your local system, and yeah, I did follow a video on another person's YouTube channel. I think they did a much better job than I did explaining this, and I'll give them credit by linking that video in the video description. But you can see right now it's working, it's hustling, it's really working hard. Let's see. Let me see. Let me bring up my task manager, because I should be seeing a process here that's taking quite a bit. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, here we go. Here's the Python. So this is a program. Stable Diffusion uses the Python, and you can see the progress is progressing here. It's actually taking 8 gigabytes of my RAM, and I have a 16 gigabyte GPU, and it's taking quite a bit of time actually. As you can see, it's about halfway there, past halfway, and you can see that this is really intensive, really resource intensive on your system. But we're going to let that finish up, of course, and in a minute we'll be able to appreciate our image. Now, images of this size, I personally don't have a need for that, or now I can show you that it really works by playing around and setting this as my desktop image, and you'll see that, hey, you can see the difference in upscaling. So I think that's a good thing. I'll end the video with that. I do apologize for it being quite a long video, but sometimes I make these videos raw, just on the fly, and I want to show you guys some of the headaches that you can go through when you're dealing with some new AI tools. And it seems like we're almost there, 100%, waiting for this blue status bar to disappear. Seems like it's thinking what to do. There we go. It just finished. So I can tell that it just finished because of the generate button. So if I click over here, I will see that I have a new image that is 49 megabytes in size. So wow, man, that's crazy. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get close to ending the video by showing you how it would look like if I were to change my desktop background. So if I go over here to display, personalize, and I go to choose an image, I am going to go to my C drive where I have my stable diffusion, outputs, image to image. Actually, first let me show you the image that we did end up using, which is this one. I'll choose this as my picture and I'll select the option to center it on my desktop. So if I do that, look at there, that's the original size. You see how it's like right, you know, it's pretty small. Now if I were to go and instead go to stable diffusion and show you the first image that we rendered, well, the one that that I had to try a second time, which would have been, let me sort this by, I think it was the 2 megabytes. Yeah, the 2 megabytes. I think this is the first one, so I choose that. And now what I'll do is make sure it's set to center, and I'll show you guys the image. Wow, I'm not sure why it's all a little fuzzy. That's kind of interesting. It's only going to get more and more fuzzy. I was expecting it to be a little bit more clear. Interesting. Is that right? Let me fill it. I'm not sure why it looks that way. Let's set this to center. Okay, all right, it is what it is. All right, let me go ahead and go to, again, I am working off of a 1080p monitor, so my monitor can only show my naked eye 1080p pixels. But if you had a monitor that was capable of really showing the better details and resolution of the image, you would see the difference. So, all right, so let's go ahead and select the next one. We went to the 10 megabytes. We'll choose that. And we choose that, and there you go. So each time we're zooming in, you can see how really the big size of the image really is. Again, I'm looking at an image that is actually, what is this image? It is the dimensions of this, oh, it tells you right here. The dimensions of this right here is 3904 by 2192. That's the actual resolution. And then last but not least, let's select our 49 megabyte PNG file, the last render. We'll set it to center again, and you can see not much of a difference. I guess it's zoomed in, or if it's still in the process of changing. But yeah, that explains why. You see, it helps when I talk things out. I can now understand. I'm on a 1080p monitor trying to center a image that is of dimensions 7808 by 4384. So that makes sense. Again, my monitor is not capable to appreciate how good and detailed this image really is because my monitor doesn't have the amount of pixels or resolution to display that. But there you go, guys. Sorry it was a long video. I had to make it into 2 parts. I video edit this for you guys, which I rarely do. But anyway, let me know if this was helpful. Again, let's see, what stable diffusion, my Pythons here are still using 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's not even doing anything. It's literally not doing anything. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. That's how I would go about doing upscaling, and you can do this on anything, absolutely anything. So, but yeah, that's it for this video. God bless you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace and goodbye, my guys and my gals.